Good afternoon, and welcome to DieDragonDie presents the Legends campaign. I'm your DM and host, Marty, joined by Adam, Ahmed, Mark. How is everyone doing today? Let me unmute their mics. As always,
I will not be silenced!
Again? The player pre-chatter is an important part of game, otherwise it happens during game. How is everyone doing this week?
It becomes very messy if we don't get it out of our system.
We were just discussing how to prioritize the slaying of foes when they're in a large horde. We had three different methods of determining who to slay first.
Yep.
Those with funny hats were number one. If they have a funny hat, you kill them. They're going to throw a spell at you because they have a funny hat.
Right.
Then anybody who moves in slow motion, you hit them. If they're big and lumbering and they move slow, put them down.
That's next.
And then anybody who's got an intro scene, sort of like wrestling music going on or whatever when they show up.
If the DM over describes them, is that it?
Yeah, basically, if the DM starts going,
I'm just going to start over.
And another guy shows up over here.
I'm just going to start over describing minions.
This guy's got a wart under his left eye.
Exactly, it's really bulbous.
Oh man, is it important?
It must be an important wart. It's the wart of power.
Is his wart familiar?
He's wearing a top hat. And he's a cook. What
funny.
the?
Oh, he must be an alchemist. He has a tumor familiar growing out of his face.
Oh, gross.
He uses people in his alchemy experiments. He's an evil fiend. Kill him! No,
There's a guy on your left. Oh god! I'm gonna shoot the wart.
So what are the odds, Shirast is asking, what are the odds the players decided to ditch the 11-point list and go for something else? I'm thinking high.
Yeah, it's pretty high.
Yeah, because they ended the game last game with, like, what are all the things that we want to do? And they made this ginormous and really helpful list. And then they decided to do two things this particular game, or that was their goal anyways, right?
What list?
So yeah, there's a high chance that they're gonna pull a U-turn and anger the DM.
The heroes with amnesia.
So no, it's the players with amnesia.
Short-term memory loss.
I'm not blaming the heroes for anything. I don't blame Altagar for your shenanigans.
That's player bad.
All right, how was everyone's week? It sounds like you guys are ready to play.
So,
Yeah, man.
my little baby doves, they were able to fly. Even the stupid little retarded one with the mohawk, that one was able to fly away.
This is a punk pigeon.
The little punk pigeon.
So
He was like,
there wasn't a tragedy of like some cat got into your yard or your dog.
Every
ate the
time he
dove,
says
or-
my
No,
pigeons,
no.
I expect that. Expect
Well.
like when pigeons, we're eating.
they
We're at dinner.
were eating. No, the doves made it. And we're just leaving the nest up there. We'll see if they come back in a couple months to breed like rabbits again. But I was getting a little like, because there's a couple days where they left the little retarded looking mohawk one just alone. It was just left there. Yeah.
It's a cross-eyed.
Well, it was like half the size of the rest of them. Like it was just this little midgety with funny looking feathers and stuff. And it's like, I don't want this thing to like freeze to death on my front porch.
So doves normally symbolize peace. This guy was not the peace dove.
No, this was the punk rock or like AIDS starvation or something, like some sort of leukemia
Metal pigeon.
dove.
Where's leather?
Anarchy.
The punk rock dove, yeah.
Got it.
So yeah, it has a happy story. They all grew up, they all got to fly, and none of them got eaten by a cat.
So yeah, it's a happy ending in your mind. Like they're out there struggling.
They're off. They're actually out there.
one of
busting
them's
ass
now,
trying to-
you know, on bird crack. It's like
Flying.
really.
Flying for its life.
One of them's in some, you know, toxic waste spill. It's just awful out there for birds these days.
I didn't have one of my dogs drag one into the house for Jessica to find.
Got it.
And I didn't have to figure out what to do with the dead things like hanging beside my door if it died in
Yep.
that spot.
So
yeah,
the
it was
dove
good.
successfully added happiness to your marriage.
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
Sometimes the bar isn't that high.
Maybe you should just not look outdoors. Why did you take that chance? No honey,
Because
blinds.
this is one of those things where it could have went poorly, right?
Yeah,
This could have
yeah.
been like there could have been high levels of emotion. Like I would have got a text from Jessica, it's not moving. Like while I was at work.
Stop poking it with a knife. Hey,
Poking it
Fox.
with
Hey,
a
Shiraz.
knife.
Well, she kept wanting to like bring it food. And it's like, no,
No,
don't
no, no,
put
no,
any,
no.
no. You want the mom and papa bird to come back and like feed it. You can't just
Right.
poke
The
at
second there's human scent on the birds, it's done. Right on the baby.
Yeah,
birds.
exactly.
I don't know if that's true. Actually, I helped a what the hell was it called? Oh, what the hell? It's a crow.
Mourning doves are quite familial. They're more like a pack bird. So
can
they do
smell-
monogamous mating pairs, and they
You can smell
will
a
take care
human.
of other doves' children. Like they'll adopt little other dovelings. So it should have been all right, but still, I was like, just don't touch it, don't fuck with it.
Right.
Just ignore them. And look
Ahmed,
at them from afar.
how's your couch doing? We were laughing before the show started that Ahmed's couch has more XP than he does because when he logged on, it's just there was no Ahmed. It was just
There was
the
no
couch
Ahmed.
sitting there.
It's just the couch apparently like agreed
Accepted
to
the
VC
call.
Yep.
The couch emailing you guys with plans. Like, they never follow my plans.
This is the first time the couch actually got to manipulate the outside world because it's a couch. Like it saved up all its energy to just go hell.
Thanks, couch. Be gone, you welt. Life's good. I discovered silly shenanigans at work that wasted 2 of my weeks, but I took a Friday off because of it. And then today I hosted 9 children, age of 6, which drove me. Yeah, let's just kill stuff.
I don't believe
Just
children come in the
start
age
killing
of 6.
stuff.
I believe demons come in the age of 6.
No, they're well intentioned most of the time,
Like a
and they're
demon.
clueless. They're just clueless. Yeah, let's put my finger in his eye. Yeah!
Sorry.
Like-
what are the chaotic outsiders? The ones that
oh, these are
just
chaotic.
the
they're not
Eidolons or
Neutral.
what are the chaotic outsider
Slad?
things? Slad? They're Slad. That's funny. I like that. They're little frogmen.
Except Slide have a weird breeding cycle, so I don't think we can bring that analogy too far.
Yeah.
They eat bugs.
They do eat bugs.
Same thing, buddy. Protein.
And then Mark's a chair.
Mark's chair is getting XP.
Mark 6PG. Yeah. Our furniture's gonna start its own thing. It's called IKEA.
IKEA
A
Quest.
horrible idea for a show. It's just chairs and tables and normal objects playing role-playing games.
What do you think we should do? I don't know.
Oh,
We should follow our quest line.
the mimics. Insert all furniture jokes here. I worked like a 70-hour week this week. It just was insane at work, and but I got lots of sleep last night, and my body doesn't know what the fuck's going on. So
Sleep. What's this crap? I must be sick.
Yeah, exactly. There was also a work outing in the middle of that I managed to go to. We did some karaoke, so my voice is still a little bit screwed up from singing all the high-pitched voices.
I would like to go to the
all
land
people
of the fairy ladies.
Marty's an
Sing
awesome
along.
Hey!
singer.
His beautiful fairy lady. How are you doing?
How you doing there, sweetie?
I like that.
Come over here and give me a kiss. Can you grab your auntie this cough syrup?
Oh God.
I think I can still do some voices. I just won't be singing high-pitch songs. There'll be no... Yeah, there'll be none of that. Okay, why don't we do a recap of what happened last game?
Beat the fuck out of it.
Oh yeah.
So hard. Oh. Yes.
Oh, right.
We discovered who can do so
called-
much damage in one round.
Episode 65 I called The Gods That Bleed. So this was following your visit to Amensa, where you continued the battle against the mighty King Moguru. Some of the deities of the Aztlan pantheon, who had been chased to the world of Amensa by the five-faced god and their followers with guns, took refuge on Amensa. And in these end times, this time of the great collapse, or contraction, or Ragnarok, maybe they're all the same thing, maybe they're different. In this time of great upheaval, the gods were using the great dinosaur-like beasts as a way to fuel their own power. They had been reduced in this pantheon to basically taking power from the spirits of beasts, for they didn't have many followers left. And these gods took offense to, first, Lemmy's meddling with the reins, and then second, to your meddling with this great and powerful kaiju named Moguru.
And third, to the guns that were brought to the...
Oh, and third, yes, you rubbed it in their face that you were great and powerful mythic heroes that also carried firearms. Even more advanced versions than the ones that had destroyed their civilizations and those that fed them faith. I wonder why they didn't have many followers left, considering they were giant. Yeah, they were not happy. They were angry gods that were used to a certain way and certain way of living, and have been reduced to living in the wilderness, essentially.
If your religious thing requires human sacrifice, and somebody comes along and says, "I'll give you the same powers as that guy, but you don't have to kill your firstborn," or whatever, you'll do better.
Huh. I think I'll take that.
Yep. This was the first battle that the gods themselves, I believed, attacked directly. Some of the party members, and the gods all didn't get along, so some of them were doing things that were counter to each other.
Hui, the giant-headed troll, is awesome. He's
great
cool.
head in the
He's good
mountain.
in my book.
He's good in your book, yeah.
He's good in my book.
I
That
personally
book being
liked
Ukher's
Tlayloch,
book.
the rain god, who actually made attack rolls against you. That was a lot of fun. So was Azildan's retort. But at the end of this, you managed to slay the Greater Naga Queen and take from her innards the second piece of the Weapon of Law. Azildan back in Dvergholme was able to connect the second piece to the first, and now has
you missed an
two
important part,
pieces
Marty.
of the Weapon of Law. Yep.
You missed the important part of who picked it up first.
Oopsie! Ukher picked up the
Yes.
the body.
The artifact of law was picked up by a chaotic character.
Yes, Ukher, a tremendously chaotic character, picked up the Weapon of Law, which then may have precipitated or caused a great rift
I
of
prefer
chaos opening up in the heavens. It rained down strange pods, perhaps outsiders from wherever it came from, and the great tentacles of the Queen of Chaos groped through from whatever plane of chaos she is on, and the prime world. Waves of wild magic started wafting across the realm.
Ukher doesn't identify as a chaotic creature. Ukher identifies as a freedom-loving, strong, honorable guy.
It does not. In this multiverse, it does not matter what you think. It is how you are stamped.
Oh.
So yeah, there was that, and then the party basically retreated. They left the world and kind of went, "Not us," and
Not it.
Nope.
Pretty much, yeah.
We got a way out
and
of here.
returned
You
back
touched it last.
and returned back to Dvergholme.
Not it.
Lokrik was able to legend lore on the combined pieces. Azildan knows he's got a few extra powers now. And one of the things that the rod is, well, it's not evident to everyone else, but Azildan will now know, in addition to liking everything to be neat around him, now will not make any
Mark just did a product placement for Fruit
I know, I was
Loops,
about to
the
say.
Theater of Champions. He just poured for right in front of the camera.
You're having
They
6:30
make me
p.m.
roleplay
Fruit Loops.
better. That's an adult man right there. He's gonna have dessert with some bacon. It's dipped in maple syrup.
Oh, funny. There must have been no family meal tonight or something. Mark's like, yeah, I can eat Fruit Loops.
1% milk.
It didn't come in a bag. Weird.
It didn't come in a bag because egg milk is silly milk.
So you guys are back in Dvergholme hatching your plans, I believe is where we left off.
Yes.
Yeah, a little bit of
there
time
was
was
something.
taken to craft a rod, and a couple of divination spells were cast.
Marty, there was an email I sent you regarding a mythic feat.
So in
I don't know if you got a
parting,
chance.
no, I haven't looked at it. Azildan fired an arrow at King. Oh no! So in parting, Azildan actually injured one of the gods.
Yep.
Yeah, that was awesome. That's why we called it Bleeding Gods, right?
Vidar visited Azildan in Dvergholme and
That's gotta go on my
basically
character's book thing there.
gave Azildan a month to to live up to his bargain.
Yep.
And that he hasn't told us about.
That we don't know about yet.
That we don't know about.
Vidar being one of Odin's sons, and his portfolio, is that of vengeance. So he's a minor deity of vengeance, who's supposed to use the weapon that you're going to help him craft to slay Fenris, who is supposed to kill Odin.
We want to help him, but we are losers.
Lopid crafts a planar rod to Immensa. Major Andre Chevalier teaches Donovan the song to Agria. Lemio sends the Major to Forlind. In the somewhere in the vicinity of Bartertown, I think it was like 300 miles away in a random direction. Ukher actually tells the party that he no longer thinks the gird of Dvergholme is strong enough to contain him.
I also ran the numbers on that, and Ukher basically has like 10 chances at 50-50. Even without magic items and him draining his power before it's bad.
The party made some plans, and their plans included things like Acropolis, Forge of a Nom, get Oberon back, deal with the Shadow King, go to Mechanus to visit the Wind Dukes, go to Mythlordos to learn about stuff, Crucible, Empirica, Skullsdottir, Morgana, Dromi, which is the second gird that was used by the gods to try to keep Fenris contained. The God Sphere.
It's okay.
Oh, that was the big sphere of adamantine that was in the Crater Lake. The Hammer of Gesar, Ouroborous, Immensa for bits, and then the demon god Yenugu. Yenugu. Vidar's threat was on Vine 29. He might show up again on Ivy 29, looking for what it is that he effectively traded with Azildan for the location of where the second piece of the Weapon of Law was.
Mark heard.
There we go. There's a lot of crunching going on right now, so.
We just need to delay for 2 minutes while they get soggy.
There was something.
And then,
Marty,
you're asking specifically about a feat. Does this apply right this second, or can it wait?
Well,
He got his mythic tier.
I got a tier, and I have a what do you call it?
So right now is what you're saying.
Yeah, because I have it will affect how I spend my ability points.
There's a requirement on Mythic Craft Arms and Armor that basically makes it useless if used as written for alchemists, which seems silly.
What am I looking at? Is this the armor question?
Yeah, this is. I'm getting there. This is the armor. Armor Master Mythic.
Armor Mastery or Armor
Master?
Sorry, there's a different question. This one is since he's a fighter and he doesn't treat the heavier armors as affecting him, his movement, can he use the first level of that to basically make his heavy mithril armor, because he's a fighter who treats medium armor as if it were light?
Is that how it's worded though for fighter?
Well, no. No. How it's worded for fighter is they do not suffer a movement penalty for armor. Blah 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 blah.
Got it.
So you can't stack that with like a
And this is called Armor Mastery or
Armor Master Mythic.
yeah.
Mastery.
To use basically it makes it so he doesn't have a maximum dex bonus for his armor.
But he needs 3 of them to get.
He would need 3 of them to get heavy armor,
Right.
which is kind of an insane investment.
Yeah, it's not not
It
something.
is allowing him to basically have any dex with also armor though.
It also allows you to cast arcane spells without.
Not a caster.
Well, I realize that, but it's just not as useful to you.
No, it's
You don't take armor check penalty or incur arcane spell failure while wearing light or using a shield. In addition, the maximum dexterity bonus of light armor does not apply to you. You can select this ability up to 3 times. Second time it also applies to medium. Third time it also applies to heavy. Wow.
That sucks.
But you get paths every tier.
You get 10, so it's 30% of your mythic power.
And then if you consider a feat equivalent to a path, because that's 15 total. So you're spending 3 out of 15 to have the jankiest AC ever. Your mithril armor is considered medium, so you'd only have to take it twice.
okay. So 5th tier, I'll take it twice. 5th tier, I got a feat and a path.
Oh, that is a really, really weak power, right?
Yeah, that's
I mean, it's giving me one thing, right? That's the kick in the.
well. The reason why I figured it would because it's basically removing an entire class feature from fighter. So because the class feature from fighter allows you to add more dex bonus and move speed with the armor. He already has a power that does that.
I kind of disagree with you on that.
Okay.
Because if you're creating a dex-based fighter, all of a sudden, being especially in Mythic, where you can use your dex as damage as well with Mythic weapon focus, now you can both jack your AC, and it is a bonus of +5 basically is what it comes down to your AC. I mean, there's no way you don't have. It's not
I'm happy you found the power. Now,
Currently, it would give me a +1 to AC.
no,
give me
but it removes the cap.
fully buffed.
You
Right,
can then
right.
just
I
Jack
would
your
throw
AC,
my
jack your dex.
points into dex to continue raising.
Yeah.
thought he was getting heavy armor mastery to jack his touch AC up. I think if you put ghost touch on your armor, it affects your touch AC.
It'll affect. Yeah.
So the way it's written, you only have to take it twice because your armor is medium. I'd allow that to apply.
Okay, so I'll take it.
And since you have 15 powers and you have to spend 2 to basically have a dizzying AC, I don't see that as you're still going to do it. Is what I'm hearing.
3 I wouldn't, honestly.
2 you
yeah.
would? Okay. Well,
2
then it's the right
I mean,
level of power.
begrudgingly, but
Sure.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
Done.
I'll do it.
All right. So it's as written, but mithril armor I will
Okay.
wade
so,
through that ambiguity, and it's
Okay, so for 2, all right. So I'm gonna throw my. I'll spend my stuff for now. I'm gonna take something called blowback.
Blowback is fun. You shoot a guy as a standard action and move them 10 feet per tier as part of the attack, and it's using their touch AC because it's a gun.
oh, and they
That's
take 1
gross.
point.
Here you go,
And
Altagar.
take an additional 1d6 points of
There you go,
damage
Ukher.
for every 10 feet they couldn't travel. So if you keep on blowing
Right.
back somebody against a wall, they take more damage. Yeah, that's cool.
Right. It's also it's just a really good tactical utility power.
Keep in mind, it is a standard action. You expend 1 use of your mythic power or to make a melee or ranged.
Yep.
Yeah, ranged.
Yep.
Ranged.
It's a standard action though. So.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. It's
But at
also
mythic,
funny.
but at mythic tier 4, yeah, sending somebody 40 feet backwards could be
Well,
really
yeah.
bad.
Well, there's no size limit on that.
Yeah. There's no
Hey,
CMD roll.
Ouroborous, boom!
There's no CMD.
If your attack hits, your foe goes flying. Hilarious. Okay, good power. Was there anything else that you wanted me to look at? Was there another
No,
question?
that's good.
Mark, what did you take for Azildan? Because I think Azildan got his new tier.
Yeah, he took Far Shot, and I honestly don't remember what he got for his feet. And so basically, if he can see it, he can hit it. And
Interesting. That just gets rid of all range increment penalties?
You spend a
Yeah,
mythic point for one round,
mythic
you don't
point,
take
1
penalties from range.
Wow.
That's
okay.
a good one.
Stacked with Far Shot, and it also makes his normal shots even further distance, right?
Yep. Cool. All right, so just sort of a quick tally. We've got Ukher, who's sitting at 14th level, Mythic Tier 5. We've got Donovan, who's sitting at 14th level, Mythic Tier 4. We've got Lemmy at Mythic Tier 5, 14th level. Midwick has finally caught up a little bit. He's at 14th level, Mythic Tier 4. Azildan, Mythic Tier 5, 14th level. And Altagar, Mythic Tier 4, 14th level. Some are closer than others. Basically, there's a different XP chart for trials to go up in Mythic tiers. But you guys are about halfway to Tier 10. Just by the numbers, right? By the number of trials that it actually goes up kind of exponentially, just sort of like XP does. Yeah. Cool stuff. All right. So you guys are sitting in Dvergholme and you're making your plans.
So it's a big snake, and there's temple there, tomb, ossuary, whatever, with hammer. Hammer can be used to hurt god. It hides in ethereal, and I've got a club now to hit it in ethereal, and when it pop out, we get it. Try not to get swallow.
Well, we said that we can just dimensional anchor it, right?
Yes.
If it comes to attack us, we dimensional anchor it. Wouldn't be able to go back into the ethereal.
Donovan is going to do a knowledge check on an Ouroborous.
I'd like to see
monster.
how effective it is against resisting magic.
Yeah, that's it.
Right. Donovan wasn't
Part of that.
Yet.
Ukher was the diplomacy guy on that last excursion.
Hey, I'm Ukher.
Knowledge Arcana, please.
Knowledge Arcana? Okay.
Yep.
I'll just do a
Yes.
47.
Because I can. Okay. I'm putting my 2 ability points into Dex.
47. It is a serpentine creature that is colossal in size, but it also seems to almost impossibly be made of millions of little tiny snakes. It's chewing its own tail. The creature itself is firm in its place in many civilizations, in the mythology of many civilizations, as a terrifying and tremendous creature capable of vast destruction. Ouroborous can just exist forever, constantly eating themselves and replenishing their own body to infinity. They are barely sentient, however.
They are gloriously dumb. Supposedly. Although they will act instinctually, and generally large destructive monsters have destructive instincts.
They have incredible regeneration. And you don't think that you could just kill one. You think it might just come back.
Do I think it will come back immediately, or will it take a day?
That's not... These things aren't normally slain. So...
There's potential where you might have to just keep on hitting it while somebody grabs the hammer.
They speak of rituals of trying to kill an Ouroborous to use its masterful healing powers to restore the dead or regenerate grievous wounds. And there may be some gods that might actually do this.
They can be used as particularly powerful spell component.
Why, who?
You know their DR is magic and slashing. They do have SR. They're immune to aging, mind affecting, negative energy, acid. You don't want to be swallowed by one.
Don't get swallowed. The ethereal thing is not normal.
Nope. The regeneration is 10 times that of a troll, and it requires mythic weapons or spells to stop.
Okay.
What are its immunities?
That is going to... It is going to regenerate very quickly.
And there's something about its... Like, people who stare at it too long can be... its impossible nature can overwhelm the minds of lesser creatures.
Is this a fear effect?
Nope.
No. Okay. But also protect your mind. All right.
What are its elemental immunities?
Oh, and you don't want to be sprayed
Acid
with its
or-
blood.
Acid.
Try not to get blood on you.
All right.
I
What about
intend to
its,
get much blood on me.
The blood basically
Mar-
turns people into little snakes, and then they join the creature.
No, don't get blood on you. Is there...
Oh.
That seems very... Almost like you'd want to attack this thing from a long way away. Yeah. If we were trying to do this intelligently, we probably wouldn't want to get up to it. It swallows you, and its blood can turn you into snakes. Are you sure? Yes. Well, not positive. I mean, it could be some variant. I mean, the etherealness thing is definitely not typical for them. And it is probably guarded by some sort of protective thing. I mean, it is a mistake, as so the law goes. But, yes. Don't get blood on you.
Try not to.
Yeah. Okay. Just need to hit it hard. Sort of. You would do well to bite it. Okay.
We just talked about the blood.
True, but you need it if we want it to stop regrowing itself. Ukher biting it or Altagar punching it would stop the...
What about one of my bullets? Sorry, what about one of my bullets?
What about your bullets?
Well, I can use our abilities and focus one shot. Like spend a mythic point, standard action. Would that work?
I don't believe that'll actually stop the regeneration. Do you have a power that stops regeneration? I don't think so.
Didn't take it. I can go back and take it right now.
There's a champion power to just be like, I hit you, yeah, you don't regenerate.
You don't regenerate.
Okay. Yeah, protection from acid. Try not to go mad looking at it. And don't get blood on you or you might be turned into snakes. Also, bite it. Some of these things cannot be done simultaneously.
What about magic? What about magic spells?
It might be resistant to spells. It will be immune to mind affecting and many effects that don't affect animals or similar monsters. And acid won't work.
All right. I'll try some lightning then.
Yes. Also, mythic spells should also harm it. You...
Unfortunately, most of my mythic spells are they're not offensive like that. The only thing offensive that I could use is wall of thorns. Other than that, they're you're such an idiot. The only thing I could use that can harm it mythically is the wall of thorns, or perhaps one of my summoned animals.
A mythic wall of thorns should stop it from generating.
I'd have to do damage though, and it's wouldn't it?
True. Yes, this is true. And it likely has a very tough hide. And I do agree with your concern. I also do not have... I don't prefer to affect things through pure damage. Don't you have disintegrate? Special occasions.
What about using your so what we'll do is prioritize using dimensional anchor to keep it from going back into the ethereal, and then I'll just create some meat shields to absorb the attacks if you guys are gonna go in.
I need to bite it. I can't bite it from far away.
Right, so I'll give you some meat shields to absorb its attacks while you get in there. All right.
The snake blood thing, is that like a transmutation effect or something? Like, or is that just a weird, unique thingy that I don't have context for?
Polymorph.
It is a polymorph thing?
Yeah.
Does it affect shape changers? Because there's a bunch of polymorphs that don't.
Think baleful polymorph.
Huh. This doesn't. I'm pretty certain that's on the list of things that that shape change. I can turn it into a werewolf out of the baleful polymorph, I believe.
Well, if it's in regards to that spell, I might be able to. I have to read True Form. I do have a spell called True Form. I'm not sure if it'll actually work on this. True Form removes any polymorph effect from a creature, from a target creature, returning it to its true form, even against its will. A caster level check. D20 plus caster level. It's a DC 11 plus caster level.
Creature with the shape changer subtype can revert to its natural form as a standard action. The word natural is fun. Does that mean wolf or does that mean man?
Where you see natural,
you're seeing natural? What happens when Ukher? Yeah, you're not entirely sure.
No, not at all. Okay. So best to hit it when it is in ethereal, with ghost club. Can't get blood from ethereal.
That's a good point.
The etherealness might be part of, well, these priests long ago who summoned the Ouroborous to guard the place where the hammer is kept.
Yes, an accident in the magic. That does lead that it's there's high potential that the hammer itself might be in the ethereal. Or have properties of...
it would explain why few have been able to get at it. The great beast plus other defenses.
Yes. Sorry, this really hasn't come up. Do we have a sneak thief among us? Azzy, are you a sneak thief?
Oh, what have you done?
Midwick.
What do you need done?
Whatever sorts of godly traps might be protecting an artifact after the giant snake, to prevent us from...
Well, I'm really good sneaking, and I can disable many devices. Hopefully, yeah.
Can you see?
I'll need someone
devices?
I'll need someone to point them out to me. The magical ones.
Ah. So that would be a no then.
Yeah. Not the best. Not the best at it.
I can find the trap.
Stuck.
No, good.
You can find traps. Yes.
Why did you do
Magical ones. Yes.
Why did you didn't do it?
Oh. All right. The big man is a sneak thief.
Loker just nods, like this has been established before.
All right then. Is everybody prepared? I think we have all the information we're going to get without finding a library of some sort.
Marty, I was thinking, can Midwick spend some time to make some slashing bullets?
Slashing bullets? Is there a power that lets you do that?
Not to my knowledge. So,
Shotguns.
Yeah,
might
it
have-
sounds like a little bit more research than what is currently being prepped right now.
okay. No, I was wondering if I just thought of it while we were saying it's immunities. I'm like, it'd be interesting if I could make like, this is my slashing bullets, my piercing. Well, it's piercing, bludgeoning in general.
Yep.
But if I can make it like bludgeoning, slashing, bludgeoning kind of thing, it'd be kind of cool.
Shoot it harder.
I'll keep hitting it, but
Clustered shots.
yeah.
Yeah, these are the types of things you should probably research during downtime, or if you can point at a power.
I'll
in
look
the
for
book.
it.
Yeah.
I'll look for it. Yeah. Okay, cool.
One thing I'd also like to do is, if we're gonna go back and get a piece of, Big Lizard, I'd like to make some bullets out of his. That they say it's unbreakable. I think Ukher can tear a piece off if we can. I think if we make some bullets out of that, that might be able to hurt gods as well.
Why would we go back to Mensa?
I need to get body of big lizard. I need to go to big lizard.
Which big lizard?
The big ones that Hoo brought. Or
Mogaru.
Haha. Hey.
I know we try to forget that day, but it's only been 2 days.
Big head in sky. Big smoky head. That guy brought the big lizard. I need some.
Don't
big
remind
lizard
me.
bit.
I'm still feeling that catapult of those spears that he was throwing at me. Oh, I
Well,
healed.
that wasn't
Still,
Hoo. That
I
was
still feel it.
Tekka Kata.
I still feel it in my collarbone.
Rain guy.
Such an arse.
Texaquatl.
Tlaylock.
That was really wrong.
Anyways, I don't mean to sidetrack you. I'm just saying if we're gonna do it, it's something I want to do. I've been trying to play around with making different kinds of ammunition.
Loker
Ammunition is the stuff I put in my guns.
nods at that. It would be dangerous, he says, while fiddling with his pipe.
If we can find everything we do is dangerous. You could be run over by a cart going to outhouse.
Question is, if you can,
Loker's not gonna he's not gonna go down into that argument with you.
What happened to Lemmy? A horse run him over.
Yeah, he just has patience.
I guess during those 2 days, Marty, could Lemmy have flown around, did his weather thing again, come back?
Sure. This is keeping places on Vosgard free from the Fimbulwinter with your crazy control weather spells. These are mythic control weather spells, and
yeah,
you're a
so
druid.
they're lasting.
It's
8 times as long, or something, or 4 times
pockets
as long?
of hope in the
It's chilly.
many. It's been winter so long that it's actual winter again.
Yeah, he's trying to keep like farmlands, mostly like farmlands, to keep
Alright.
producing stuff.
Sorry, guys. I'm just going to be a minute, okay?
Yep.
So we go to Cliff. From Cliff, we go to Place with Monk. From Place with Monk, we go to Ossuary. In
Just as-
Ossuary, we prepare for Ouroborous. From
Just as a
Ouroborous,
side
we
thing.
search Temple for Hammer.
Just as a side thing, could you guys help me find materials from these worlds that we go to, so that I can make craft rods for them as well? That cliff you mentioned.
When you say so I can craft rods, do you
Well,
mean
not-
so
not
Lokrik
I.
can craft rods?
It would be local.
Yes. He's the one that
It'd be-
uses them.
I'm not the key maker. I'm the key user.
I am the lock breaker.
I didn't see anything appropriate on Cliffside. We'd have to look around a little more.
But it would be useful, especially
Yes.
for Donovan, to learn more of those songs.
It would. It also would be highly interesting to know more about Cliffside. What place is that?
Indeed.
Well,
What is there? Why is it abandoned?
once
Why
we
is
get
there not a city surrounding this gate of progress?
once we get there, we can take a quick scout and see what's going on there. Sometimes
Donovan,
we can commune with nature as well.
Donovan, Gallus' world is magically defunct, yet it has a gate. Oh, it has not so much a gate, but it has civilization and focus and a gate with cities and people.
Right.
Why does Cliffside not have those things? Magic functions.
It's a very valid question. Not sure
Life
why.
is there. The place is far more livable than Gallus' home, simply by
Perhaps-
magic working.
Well, I mean, we could take a look around. Really, I mean, we can ask when you get to Bartertown. But beyond that, I mean, we can just look around for ourselves. All right. So plan is Bartertown, Cliffside, and then your home, that other place. Then we kill that big snake. We get back, deal with the gnolls. Is that right?
Ouroborous get hammer.
Sorry.
Yalugu
Am I
get
getting
bomb.
that right? There we go. Hold on. No, Ukher. There we go. Okay. We get back afterwards. All right. Sounds good.
Hammer, bow, talk to High Priest.
Lycan's here. Hey, man. What's up?
Get Song. Song, go back to fight bear.
Okay, what are you guys doing?
Oh, Fag went. What's happening? Randomly werewolf. What's going on? Go ahead. Everyone's here.
The whole gang's here.
Everybody's here.
Good to see you,
What's
folks.
a party? Sorry, I'm happy.
We we are going to make our way to Cliffside.
Okay, you guys know the song Cliffside? So you're going to Vosnsaga and then going to Cliffside.
Yep.
But
Ukher
we know the song to Cliffside.
we do.
Oh, sweet.
Ukher's going to send a quick sending to Morfar.
Okay. Oh, I love Morfar.
That's a freaky dude.
Morfar's token here. So I see the picture and then I slip into the character.
Yes.
I'm gonna start prepping spells.
Time for the dark side of the force.
Yeah, basically. Morfar, you freak me out. Seriously.
Okay, you're gonna send a sending to Morfar. What are you saying?
Collecting weapons for God War. How is Hat?
You disturb my rest for this. Very tired after creating an artifact. We will speak after I hibernate for a time.
Ukher's got this big stupid grin on his face while he's thinking about just randomly sending the Morfar over. And then he's like, it's probably...
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, do you realize what fucking time it is here? My family apparently cannot do the +3 or -3 East Coast to West Coast. They can't.
Call
they
you
can't
at
do that
8
now.
a.m. It'll
Yeah.
be 5 a.m.
Yeah, it's like, oh, it's noon here. I'm like, it's 9 on a Saturday morning. Where do you think I am? Oh, you're still sleeping at this time? Yes, it's 9 a.m. on a Saturday morning. What do you want? Oh, and then they want to talk. But it's 11 here. Yes, I understand how time zones work. Just every fucking time.
That's funny. It works better for me because my family is in the same direction you are, so I can stay up late and call them, and they'll not think it's as ridiculous. Oh, it's 10 o'clock. Is that? Aren't you up late? Oh, no.
Right,
it's
so you bug
Do we know
Morfar.
if it casts-
Well, what Ukher does confirm is that the
done.
crown is complete.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
could go take it and try it on, just to see what it does. But that would be inappropriate. This does mean that
Crown's done.
Ukher tells the people.
Hey,
King
look,
Crown is done.
look, Rick, can you do your thing and figure out what that crown does?
Or would have to be close to it.
Orders
Or
would
it would
take a very
take
long
longer.
time.
Huh.
But perhaps we should go and see our king. Our High King, he says.
Perhaps.
Yes. Should we all go, or a
Well-
limited number? Donovan is suggesting a limited number to Lokrik, but we'll let him make this via
I'll
double
go.
talk.
The problem with presenting myself to the High King is that he may have orders.
I can speak to the king.
No, I can just scry on him.
No.
He's probably got the crown.
Truck out there just squeaking.
Squeaky brakes!
Anybody gaming?
I will go. Squeaky brakes. Hey, one of them isn't seized or is just completely broken. One of the two.
Marty.
Yep.
Message to the captain of the ship called Bloody Hell.
It's a terrible name for a boat.
I'm trying to find it here.
Oh, Lemmy knows where the ship is. It's at Dvergholme. When they didn't hear from you for a while, they flew to Dvergholme.
Oh,
It's
we're
resting.
outside.
It's resting in the lake, or like in the snow.
All right.
Outside Dvergholme.
Is there anything we want to use this? Is we want to use our boat for?
To fight in war with gods.
Transportation, moving people around. I
Carry-
think we're beyond the point of using it, but maybe you can send it on its own manageable adventures.
If we are taking ring, we can use boat through ring.
What's his name? The orc that follows Ukher around.
It's
Ugashug.
Ugashug.
Ugashug and Slobbers have made friends, and the two alchemists have been basically piloting the boat.
Awesome.
Oh, awesome!
Yep.
Awesome. So right,
Ugashug being the orc, single mythic tier alchemist beast morph, and then Slobbers the mimic alchemist that came with Midwick from Empirica.
that's right.
So yeah, they've become de facto captains of the boat in your absence. Let me.
All right.
I will speak with the king. I'm certain you can sort out the boat, Lemmy.
I'm gonna ask them to transport people to safety. People that are in the wilds, in the like in the winter. People that are freezing to death. Farmers, people of skill.
Not that I have any reason to suggest such a thing, but I'll just ask Ukher.
Ukher's going to ask. Ukher's like, oh, wait a sec. And Ukher's just going to ask Ukher to keep track of any wolf movements that he's.
That's a very good point. That's a very good point. So
this is via sending. Yeah, Ukher sends back that he's seen a lot of wolves move north. Yeah. And that the mountain's full of them.
So the sending to Ukher will be your orders are to aid and transport people to safety, and report on food usage, like how much food is.
Who are you sending this to?
This is Ukher. I don't really know what's his name. Slobbers that much, so I'll send it to Ukher.
You want him to keep track of how people are doing with food?
Yeah.
Okay. He responds back almost immediately via sending poor. People are flooding the cities, is what he says.
I don't know how to create food for these people. And if I do, how long can I do it for? Donovan, do you know of any magics that will help with this? Lowkirk?
Well, the most straightforward one would be create food and water, but I'm certain that's not what you mean.
No. We're talking about thousands and thousands of people. There is lots of food. There is lots of food in Acropolis. Lots of food in Acropolis.
Acropolis had, like, what?
Hundreds of thousands.
200s of man-days?
No. Thousands of man-days.
Acropolis had a really nice larder in it, but
that's
more importantly, Acropolis had farms. It had farmland.
All right.
But this is the Fimbulwinter, where brother will fight and kill each other.
Yeah.
In the harsh world, an axe age, a sword age, shields, a riven, a wind age, a wolf age. Before the world goes headlong, no man will have mercy on another.
The other option is Egria. Although, it's a question of who's suffering. It is not a pleasant situation.
It's not who's suffering, it's... When you take away the basics from people, they will start taking away from each other. They'll stop thinking straight from anybody. Right?
Yes.
So provide them with shelter and food. There is an area, there is that town that I built that has some shelter. What we could do to help them a bit is perhaps can go and create some shelter for them around the cities, so they're protected from the winters.
Lemmy,
right?
How do you know these people are supposed to survive Fimbulwinter?
Whether they're supposed to... Who decides whether they survive or not? The gods?
That's a good question. Typically, that would be... Most people would suggest the gods decide these sorts of things.
Well, we met a few of them. I don't think any of them really know what the hell they're doing. They're just looking for themselves. Everything I've seen so far has pointed to gods trying to get more for themselves to protect against what's coming.
Well, one must ask why, says Lowkirk. If people die, where do they go? Their spirits.